Britain is brilliant at smashing records. We kicked off the Industrial Revolution, we invented the steam engine, we even discovered evolution. Sadly, these days, it's all the wrong records we're breaking. From illegal immigration to NHS waiting lists, it's no longer hyperbole to say that Britain is broken. And what are our leaders doing? It seems we're more likely to see them at the beach than we are to see them grafting. The lights may be on, but nobody seems to be at home. Take the government's utter failure to get to grips with channel crossings, which have recorded a record high of more than 25,000 this year alone. The equivalent of the population of Bishop Auckland, Rickmansworth or Skegness just rocking up at our shores, seemingly undeterred by any of the government's half-baked attempts to stop them. I mean, really, if the government can't even be trusted to protect our borders, God knows how they're going to deal with the omni-crisis we face. Because elsewhere, we're smashing yet more records, aren't we? Record NHS waiting lists, record A&E waiting times, record numbers of people failing to get seen by a doctor. All while record amounts of our money is being pumped into a failing system. This all comes against a backdrop of rising crime, crippling housing costs, ballooning energy bills, striking unions, and small businesses struggling to keep their doors open. You'd think that at a time of crisis, our politicians would put their holidays on hold and knuckle down. People are struggling to pay their bills now. They're having to take extra jobs now, not fewer. All while our political class are seen to be having a knees up at our expense. Now is the time for leadership. Instead, we've got Boris Johnson jetting off for not one, but two holidays. And of course, he has time to swan off to Ukraine and pen a self-congratulatory column for the Daily Mail. His deputy Rob? Well, you'll find him playing Laser Quest during the worst cost of living crisis for 50 years. That's, of course, the same Dominic Raab who sunned himself in Crete just as things were kicking off in Afghanistan. I can just imagine my future children in school learning about the year of discontent that was 2022. Their teachers will tell them that just at the time Britain was faced with soaring inflation, the biggest energy squeeze since the 70s, knife and gun crime chaos, our government was nowhere to be found. And we're at a loss for an alternative, aren't we? As the unions threaten maximum disruption this autumn, do you think Keir Starmer and his Labour front bench would stand up to the likes of Mick Lynch? Or would we see our country grind to a halt? Would they tackle the enormous waste in the NHS, reduce the crippling tax burden, or, God forbid, get to grips with what's going on in the Channel? I sincerely doubt it. Then, up in Scotland, we've got Nicola Sturgeon. She continues her obsession with breaking up the union, while ordinary Scots complain that their streets look like a third world country as seagulls feast on a gourmet breakfast of rats due to the bins piling high. Now, I don't mean to sound too miserable. We'll get through this. Of course we will. We've got through much worse as a country. Boris Johnson says he's convinced Britain's bounce back will be golden. I hope he's right. I hope our new leader has the strength of character to turn things around. But that will be little comfort to those who are struggling now, who fear for the future now. Liz Truss may say the jury's out on Macron. I'd say the jury's out on our entire political class.